Welcome to another journal video, and finally I have some time to read and give my journal a new life. So before I show you how I did my May spreads, I'm going to show you the month of April. April was a super busy month and I couldn't do the journal how I wanted to do, so I just rushed it. The doodles I have around here are unfinished and not pretty at all, but it was just such a busy month that I kind of neglected my journal. I tried to stick up with the flower motif as much as possible, but it was not really that interesting of a theme, and I just don't like the way it looked like. But let's just go to May. So I'm kind of excited to have some time to lay down and think what I have to do and think the approach I want to have about my artwork. Because even though April was such a busy month, I got a lot of feedback from you guys and it was awesome, and I really want to work on the feedback I got, and I want to try something new, not only on my bullet journal but also my drawings. And I really think I have room to grow this time, and let's see just how it ends up and where it takes me. I also want to spice things up a bit in my bullet journal. I got bored of the minimalistic style very quickly, and I know I said before that for a journal to work it needs to be simple and quick to do, but I really got bored of it and I miss having something to look at and go, hey, this is pretty. And I really want to do something different this month and to see if I can come back to a more complicated style, I guess, but without spending too much time on it at the same time. So since we are in May, and in the art community this month is known as Mermaid, so it is a month where you draw a bunch of mermaids to practice. And I thought I would do something water related in this month's bullet journal, but I also thought if I do anything too watery or sea motif, it probably would look too summer-like, and we're still on spring and it's still a very earthy season. There's a lot of rain still, at least where I'm from, and the plants are just growing all over the place, so I wanted to stick that earth thing in my journal, but also wanting to do some water style thing. So I figured out that the lotus plant or the water lily plant would be perfect for this month's theme. And I really need to draw water lilies more often because they're really fun to draw. I've been also obsessing over water bubbles lately. Drawing water is a lot of fun. It is challenging, but it's fun. So I drew a big water bubble to frame the word May. And framing the water bubble, you have water lily leaves. Like I said, this is very different from what I was doing before, but I really want to test where this is going and if I can keep this up because I really like to do some intricate designs, but I don't want to waste time at the same time. Like I said, let's see how it goes. After doing the initial line art, I then added a thicker line around the drawing so it can give it an extra punch. As usual, I picked a color for layout reasons. I don't usually pick more than one, and I could pick either green for the leaves or blue for the bubble, but then I couldn't decide, so I ended up picking a sea green kind of color. I know that the leaves are not this color, but it was a color that I really wanted to use for this month, so yeah, I guess this is it. Also, this is the first time I am showing you guys the video without any speed added to the video, so let me know if you prefer this way or if you prefer the quicker version where it is faster but you cannot see all the details. After I finished the cover page, I went to the other side where I keep my goals and ideas for the month. This is the part where it really gets boring. It's just laying out the design where it works best and try to work from there. I really need to make things differently on this page because lately I have been hating how it looks, and I need to figure out another thing to do here, because when I look back to my other bullet journal, I prefer the way it looks before than the way it looks now, so I guess I need to figure that out. I also added the collectible thingy here. Usually I would separate the two, the birth flower and the birthstone, but this time I figured I would join the two so it could spare some space and to try and make things look differently. So this month's birth flower is the lily of the valley. It's my absolute favorite flower, maybe second only to the flower of my childhood that is very similar to the lily of the valley but not quite, and the birthstone is the emerald. Moving on to the weekly spreads, also nothing really special going on here. I just used some color frames to do the days of the week. Again, I was really trying to do something different this time. I still need to figure out how am I going to do this. I used some lily pads to mark the days of the week. And something I really need to do again is do more collage, because that's one of the reasons I like my oldest bullet journal, is the way I did the collages, and it looks really neat and I need to try and get back to it. So I used a piece of paper to mark the week and another piece of brown paper for the to-do list. I wrote down the habit tracker on the regular paper of the journal. This is one of the things that really worked for me. Having a full spread of habit trackers was just too much work, and this is way simpler and it's awesome this way. I also really want to get back to photography so I can make better collages on my bullet journal. I really don't like to use other pictures. I use this opportunity to glue my own and to make me take better pictures. So this is my setup for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this tiny change, and please let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.